I felt at the instant his hand slipped out of mine. At first, I thought maybe Ethan just needed a breath of fresh air. Maybe he was going for another drink or greeting someone we knew. But the way he moved, shoulders stiff, his jaw clenched, his gaze avoiding mine, made it clear something was wrong. And before I could react, he was gone. Just gone through the door. No reason, no glance back. I stood there frozen in the middle of a crowded room, laughter and music circling around me, while the ground seemed to shift beneath my feet. That's when the dread sank in. Because when a husband leaves a party without a word, not angry, not loud, just quiet, it usually means he's figured something out. Before that night, Ethan and I had been married for 8 years. Steady years, I believed. Not flawless, but comfortable. We had our habits. Morning coffee together, shared playlists in the car, lazy Sundays with crossword debates. I thought we were partners. But recently, something had changed. Ethan had grown distant, more watchful. Not cold, but detached in ways I couldn't explain. So when our friend Jenna invited us to her birthday, I felt relieved. Maybe a night out would clear the strange haze between us. I spent extra time getting ready, picking a dress he once said made me look elegant beyond reach. I wanted him to look at me like that again. The party was alive with music and chatter. Voices spilled outside, barbecue in the air. Friends hugged and laughed, catching up after months. For a while, it worked. Ethan laughed, even teased Jenna about her karaoke. But then he slipped into the kitchen. When he came back, something was different. His expression had shifted, subtle, but I felt it immediately, like a draft across the room. His eyes scanned the crowd, pausing on me, then moving past me to someone else. I followed his stare, and my stomach collapsed. Daniel. The man I wished I could erase. The mistake I ended weeks ago. The regret I'd been carrying. Seeing him there with my husband was like 2 worlds colliding. Daniel caught my eye, gave a small nod, like a signal of our hidden history. It was enough. Ethan noticed. I knew by the way his shoulders stiffened, the way his glass shook slightly before he set it down. He didn't need questions. He didn't need answers. That's when he walked out. The silence left behind was heavier than noise. I should have chased him, but I froze, mind spinning with excuses I knew would sound empty. By the time I made it outside, his car was gone. The ride home felt endless. Each stoplight dragged. My phone buzzed, friends asking if I was okay, but Ethan didn't text. When I pulled into the driveway, his car was there, porch light glowing. Inside, the house felt unnervingly still. Ethan sat at the kitchen table, still in his jacket, a glass of whiskey half full in front of him. He didn't look up as I entered. "Ethan," I said, my voice shaking. "Can we talk?" He didn't move. Then finally his voice. "Who is he?" My heart slammed. "What do you mean?" His laugh was sharp, empty. "Don't insult me, Claire." I swallowed. "It was nothing. It's over." His eyes locked onto mine, burning. So there was something. The silence that followed was worse than any shouting. He didn't throw things, didn't accuse me of destroying us. He just sat there, carrying every ounce of pain in his eyes. That cut deeper than rage. I wanted to explain, to say it was meaningless, a stupid escape already ended. But the words stuck. "How long?" he asked. 3 months, I whispered. He shut his eyes like the number itself crushed him. Was it worth it? Tears blurred everything. It was the worst mistake of my life. He whispered, almost broken. "Funny, because I thought I was the mistake of your life." From then on, cracks widened. For days, we barely spoke. He moved to the guest room. The house filled with silence, doors closing, utensils scraping. I tried to apologize, to explain that Daniel was just a distraction during a hard time, nothing real. But Ethan's face stayed hard. "It wasn't meaningless to me," he finally said, voice rough. "Because every smile, every touch, you gave me reason to wonder if he was in your head instead of me." That was the kind of wound that lingers, the kind words can't heal. A week later, Ethan came home late, pale and hollow. "I saw him today," he said. My stomach dropped. "Daniel?" He nodded. He wasn't nervous, not guilty, just smug, like he'd stolen something from me. I reached for him, but he pulled back. Do you understand what that does to me, Claire? To know another man had pieces of you that were supposed to be mine alone. His voice broke. For the first time, I saw tears in his eyes. That shattered me. I want to fix this, I whispered. Tell me how. His silence was my answer. The choice. The next morning, a letter sat on the counter. It wasn't bitter, no shouting in ink, just truth. I love you, but I can't unsee what I saw. I can't unknow what I know. I've been moving through this house like a ghost. And now I see it's because we're already gone. I don't hate you, Claire, but I don't trust you. And without trust, love is only pain. He packed quietly. No yelling, no slamming doors. Just the quiet zip of bags, the shuffle of footsteps, and the final click of the front door. And just like that, he was gone. That night meant to bring us closer had ended everything. I replayed it endlessly. The slip of his hand from mine, the look in his eyes as our world shattered. I lost my husband, not in anger, but in silence. And that silence was the loudest sound I've ever heard. Every night I sat at the same kitchen table where he once confronted me, staring at the empty chair. The house still carried a scent, but each day it faded more. They say time heals, but some wounds don't. They scar, leaving outlines of what you destroyed. I thought betrayal was just a passing mistake, something to bury. But Ethan showed me something in the quiet way he left. Betrayal isn't about what you did. It's about what you broke.